President of the United States. 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 George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Rowe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Marvin Van Buren, William Henry, John Tyler, James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Miller Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, Jimmy Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, Presidents of the United States, Presidents of the United States, Presidents of the United States.
Welcome to another edition, another episode, another day and time with Like Father, Like Son. I am here with my uncle. I got my uncle on today, and they call him King Malik. How you doing today?
Peace, King.
Yes. And it's a great privilege to have him on with me this evening. Obviously, you know, I'm not at the regular spot. Kojo, the character, is here, but he did give up his slot for the evening for King Malik. And we're just happy to have him. You see, we got Miss Positivity jumped on right there. You know, that's the sis. And so how you doing this evening, man?
I'm blessed by the best, praying for the rest.
Yes. So, you know, we're gonna cut straight to the chest. You know, you're a little older than me, and you'll be the big 6-0. Correct? Next month. Well, whoo. Hey, and I know you would like to get even further past that, but I say that to say I'm only 43, and I look forward to getting to 60 or 59 for that matter.
Yes.
You know. But let's get right into parenting, right? Because I have 3 children. I have 1 out of wedlock. I have 2 with my wife, and you know, parenting and caring for a kid, the things you need to do, the preparation, the time, the energy, the mental capacity. What do you feel about parenting, especially like let's just go from the man's point of view.
Single father?
Yes, sir.
What do I feel? Well, I know that once you have children, your life no longer belongs to yourself. It belongs to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you must put forth the effort to make sure that they are raised and treated and fed properly, not only with food, but with education.
Mm-hmm.
And know-how through example. There's no book to tell you how to become a parent or how to parent. It's trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you focus and you set goals for your children to achieve, to better their life and give them the opportunity to choose between what they want to venture out on in life.
Yeah.
So some ideas is going to come through, some ideas is going to flourish, some ideas is going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
But the saying goes, if you don't plan to fail, you fail to plan.
Wow. I've never heard that one, but it makes complete sense. And so like for parents that are trying to figure out, because you're saying, you know, a lot of things are like through trial and error, and you're trying to figure out what do you want to have your kid kind of do. What do you think about like kids and their journey and them wanting to maybe like pursue something that they want? Do you think that a kid should more so be pushed into areas of like careers and things like that?
No.
Or it's more of an open-minded, hey, kind of choose what you want to do?
Well, give them the example.
Mm-hmm.
Give them, you have to do your homework. So once you do your homework and you're studying as to what field they want to go in, you give them a format, a platform for them to venture out on this journey of whatever they have in mind that they want to achieve. And so once you prepare for that, it's just like giving a speech. here, Chris, here's a speech for you to follow. You have to study that speech.
Yeah.
So your delivery will be excellent.
Right.
When you practice don't make perfect. Practice makes improvement. And when you improve, you achieve higher goals in life.
Right.
So if a child wanted to become a basketball player or a football player, I see a lot of parents and young parents, taking up coaching and pushing their kids into that field, in that area. But what about the academics? What about the education?
Right.
In case that don't work, you
Right.
fall back on your academics, not your sports scholarship or your basketball or football or golf or swimming or whatever have you be, but the academics when you be educational, as though who was that failed? Oh, well, matter of fact, I have a cousin, Armand, who was given a scholarship to UCLA, or no, UFC, excuse me, and he injured his ACL. And so because he took academics, he was able to fall back on his academics, and now he's into physical fitness, training and teaching physical fitness because that's what he took his academics course in.
Right.
So that's what field he's working in now because the football scholarship didn't pan out.
Right.
So
speaking of that, what do you think about kids and parents pushing their kids into sports? Do you think that sports can be like a hang up? Because, like a lot of kids, when they get into sports, it's not many kids that don't get linked on to the, I want to be a professional. And we know that that's almost like a 1% opportunity. There's, I don't know, 7 billion people, but in every sport, it's only so many hundreds in the darn sport. Maybe it's thousands in a couple, but again, there's 7 billion people in the world. So your chances are slim to none to actually make it. So do you think that parents putting their kids and pushing them towards sports is a little overrated?
Well, it's like I said again, it's all about trial and error because you have some kids that are talented.
Yes.
And so if you put him in basketball and he's talented, then pursue that career and see what comes of it. If you put him in football and he's talented in football, then see how far he go. If he's talented in a certain sport, then see how far he can go and see how far his talent takes him. And a lot of people who are talented sometimes make it, because the mechanics of the sports just what's the word I'm looking for? The talented of his sports enhance the mechanics of it.
Got you.
So it come hand in glove, and they become famous. They get the spotlight. I have another cousin who was Demarie Nelson, who got drafted from the Sun Devils,
Arizona
State, and went on to get drafted 6th round pick for the
Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
And so he tried out. His academics he was a missionary, and so his sports career didn't pan through, and he fell back on his missionary work. So now he travels the world, doing missionary work.
Yes.
So everybody don't make it, and you always have something to fall back on, which is good. And the parents who push their children, a lot of parents live through their children because they didn't make it, or they didn't have the opportunity, or the opportunity came and went.
Yes.
And so now they push this through their kids. And a lot of times the children don't want to do the sport. They don't want to play the sport that their parents want them to play. So they push them through it and they resent it.
And that's amazing that you say that because, I obviously I'm a sport oriented human, but I also am very into academics, right? And I always wonder, when I have my boys out there working and playing baseball and soccer and football and any other sport, deep down in their soul, when they get older, will it be like that? I never wanted to play it. And I always try to pull it out of them, to say, come on, man, Dad, I really don't want to do it, but you like you say, it's trial and error, So we're here talking to King Malik, and this is my uncle, and it's been a great pleasure just speaking with you for these 10 minutes. And I want to go a little deep. You have the name King Malik, and some people would say, well, who are you? What are you to be and to grasp a name of such power and strength like King Malik, to call yourself king in this Western modern day civilization, so to speak? And how did you come about with the name of King Malik, if you don't mind?
First of all, when you live your life according to how you want to live your life, you put into play the things that makes you great and the things that you inspired to be. So as a Muslim, my names are given to you two ways. One, that you use it to live up to the attributes, and two, the community watch your conduct and your character, and they pick the names for you that fits what you display.
Yes.
And so King, which Malik means king, King Malik, so it's King. Yes. A lot of people don't know that. So I am not of the king, but I am a king. Okay. And so my name is Abdul Malik Akram Abdullah Kadam Hussein, which means king, ruler, servant of Allah, caretaker of the masjid. So that's my attribute on how my name came about. Mm-hmm. Brothers in the community watch me. Abdul means servant. Mm-hmm. Malik means king. Yeah. Abdul Malik Akram, generous one. Abdullah, servant of the Most High. Mm-hmm. Kadam Hussein, caretaker of the masjid. And so living up to those names and those attributes is what best fit me. Some brothers gave me a couple names, some names I chose for myself to live up to the attributes to be that king. Yes. And even though it's a king means, Malik means ruler, sovereignty. And so I display that attribute and that character. It does not only mean sovereignty or ruler, mm-hmm. It also means kind, yes. Compassionate, love, caring. So as many attributes to that name that I disperse a part of my character that I disperse amongst the world and amongst the people. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, when I first received that name, people was not recognizing me or giving me the respect of that name because they knew me as something else. Right. In the world. Yes. So when you be of the world, you be a doer of the world. Mm-hmm. When you become spiritual, you're on another level. Mm-hmm. You're no longer secular, you're spiritual. Right. And secular means worldly. So once I remove my person, then I remove my character and my conduct from the worldly things. Yes. And became spiritual. Mm-hmm. And it's a higher meaning, a closer meaning to the Creator.
Damn, that was deep. that was truly deep. And
more to come.
And it's it's so it's honorable in the aspect of, I heard you say, where you put some of the names on yourself, right? Some of the attributes of the names, and then also a combination of people feeling like you were that person, and that that says a lot about you, on what you displayed for people to see you in your spiritual adjustment, and for you to put like a standard on yourself to live up to it, which then helps you to continue to be a better individual.
Exactly. And
Right?
get closer to the Creator.
Right.
See, a lot of people don't know their purpose in the world, in life. And I found out the purpose to be to serve the Creator. That's it. You got one finger pointing at them, one up to the creators, and 3 back at yourself.
Right.
So just pull that other finger back and serve the Creator for self.
Yes.
And once you become a servant of the Creator, excuse me, and you share that amongst the people, there's a saying that Allah says in Islam that when Allah loves you, He tells the angels to love you. And when the angels love you, they descend from heaven down to earth and tell the people to love you.
Yeah.
That's how you become a shepherd of the sheep.
Yes. Yes.
Because once the people love you, once Allah love you and tell the angels to love you, and the angels descend from heaven and tells the people to love you, that's how you migrate people towards the belief of righteousness and goodness.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm blessed because we're born to die. Let me say that again. We're born to die. It's just in what manner and how we're going to die.
Right.
When you come into the spirit, your only goal is to serve the Creator and follow the book and that which you believe in.
At what point in time in your life, because we stated earlier, you're 59 years old.
Yes, sir. All praise to
when did you actually figure that part of life out? Right? Because people hear it, right? Some people don't necessarily buy it, you know. When people say, hey, here's my name, hey, this is what I do, oh, praise God, and all of this, right? Some people look at it and they kind of turn a blind eye, or, I'm not all into that world. When and where, how did you find this
enlightenment?
Yes, to have your feeling of adjustment for life, that I'm going to praise Allah, the heavens, God above all. Even though we all are kind of like taught that, though. Not most, but a lot of people are kind of
have a spiritual foundation.
Yeah, and was raised in church and
right.
was told that the Bible is the right thing, and then you get older and you start seeing maybe what the church does, and it may not fit in your and all of that. So how did you kind of come to your?
You said what the church does. We don't follow, or not supposed to follow the church. We follow what the scripture says. And once you come enlightened with the scripture and whatever denominational faith you believe in, then follow that to your best ability. In the scriptures, not man or woman, but the scriptures. And people don't understand is that they ask a question that's asked, how do you get closer to the Creator?
Yes.
And that question is, how do you get closer to the Creator? By praying. Prayer gets you closer to the Creator. He said, but how do you pray?
Yes.
You look in your scriptures, and your scriptures tell you how to pray.
Yeah.
You don't look for Sheikh Ali Baba or the chaplain or the pastor.
Right.
If any one of those ministers are not following, and I want you to hear me good, is not following the scriptures in its totality, then stray away. Because there's no way from my studies and my seeking the truth and the knowledge in Islam that I'm not able to approach any ministers, don't care what denominations, and question them about what they say on a pulpit if I disagree, if that's not in the scriptures.
Right.
So the scriptures get you closer to the Creator by praying, but you got to go through the scriptures to learn how to pray.
Right.
And that makes you humble.
Right.
Because as you know, when you get closer to the Creator and close to death, You become more humble when you know what to do and how to do it.
Yeah.
You don't fear this world because you're not on a secular planet. You're on a spiritual planet. And in your walk, it must be spiritual. And people can judge you by your conduct, your character, and your deeds and actions.
Yes, yes.
Not so much what you say out your mouth.
Right.
Show me. What's that saying? Show me.
Right. Don't tell me.
Yeah. Don't tell. Show me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when a person can see it in your deeds and your conducts and your actions, and little what you say out your mouth, they love you. They follow you. They want to be a part of that.
Right.
And that's the good part of the nature of learning to be a spiritual and kind and giving. They're saying the giving hand is better than the receiving hand. Because
Yeah.
when I give for the sake of the Creator. Because I don't give for myself. Because it was for myself, you wouldn't get it.
Right.
But it was from the Creator. Once you in tune with that, nothing in this world, and I mean nothing in this world, you're going to take with you to your grave. Because they're going to rob your grave if they know it's in there.
Right. Right.
The people who put you down in the grave going to get you. So in Islam, that's why we're taught when we go and pass on to the next world, is that our body is washed, and then it's oiled, and then it's wrapped. And that's all you're lowered down into the grave with. Tilted on your right side, face towards the east, and then covered with the soil that your body is going to go back to. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, shall you return. So once you have an enlightenment on that, then you don't fear this world.
Yeah.
And so you serve the Creator, and whatever it is that the Creator have for you, can't nobody, and I mean nobody, take it from you.
Hey, we here with King Malik.
Oh, praise
This is
God.
my uncle, and it's I'm ecstatic in the aspect because I've been wanting to get you on and talk with you for a long time, and this opportunity came today. If anybody got any questions, please feel free to throw them out there. It says, let's see, what's your thoughts on karma? Yes, that is what that says. What's your thoughts on karma?
Karma, define karma. If we go to the Webster dictionary and look up karma, it'll tell you sow what you reap. You reap what you sow. So if you do good in life, good will come back to you. If you do wrong in life, bad will come. But if you make amends with God and a forgiveness with the Creator, the Creator will wash him away.
Yes.
Karma will pass you by.
Yes. I hear you.
So change is good. When Obama was elected and running for president, one of his slogans was change. Change is good for the better, not for the worse. You don't change to do bad, you change to do good. And once you do good in life, you don't worry about nothing else. You don't worry about what they say, he say, she say, because people talked about far brothers and sisters better than I could ever be. They talked about Jesus Christ. They talked about Buddha. They talked about Muhammad. They talked about far better persons than I can ever be, and I'm just a humble servant of Allah, the Creator.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's how I live my life.
Okay. So again, I don't know if you answered the question, but let's backtrack a little bit.
Karma.
How did you and when did you become this individual, or maybe were you always this spiritual, humble man that lives in your spiritual world? No,
I haven't been. So when it happened is when I was incarcerated. I was incarcerated for 14 and a half years. And I got on a quest of knowledge. Seeking knowledge. And in my quest for knowledge, it led me to Islam because I was raised a Christian.
Yes.
And so as I seen what my parents pastor do, and seeing what the turmoil in the church houses and this and hearing that, when I became incarcerated, I saw the truth. What's better for me. I can't speak for nobody else.
Right.
But we all, like I tell you about the fingers, pointing. We'll point that he did that, she did that, he made me do that. Ain't nobody made you do nothing. They didn't put no gun to your head, because anything that's forced, then they made you.
Right.
But if you have a willing spirit to do it anyway, put the gun down. I'm gonna do this anyway because I like this.
Right.
So can't nobody make you do nothing. It's a willing choice within yourself. So when I became incarcerated, knowing that my behavior and my conduct was unbecoming of a Muslim, or even unbecoming of a righteous person, I sought knowledge. And then once I sought knowledge, it began to change me.
Yes.
Metamorphosize. And not only, it didn't come without works.
Yes.
It didn't come without recognizing what it is you say you believe in and what it is your actions depict of what you believe in.
Yeah.
So when you change, you stop things. You don't change and pick it up again and say, "Oh, I backslid." No.
Yeah.
You stop.
Right.
So you have the conscious and the willingness and the knowledge to stop that what you used to do. You don't longer do that no more.
Right.
So that's change. And then when you put it in the format of bettering your life, and you ain't doing it for people to see. You ain't doing it to be seen amongst men and jinn.
Yes.
Jinn is the devil. Jinn is the spirit. People is people. You do it to please Allah, the creator. And as long as Allah, God, see that you're doing and you making this change, then your life changed. So when I was incarcerated, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't go to be a yard bum and talk about what I did when I was on the streets.
Yeah.
I studied. I got into the word. I followed the rules and regulations of the institution so I could maybe come home one day to be with my family. Yeah. And I'm here after 14 and a half years being incarcerated. Never looked back, never turned back, because you're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
Then you make changes in your life,
yeah.
and your actions and your lifestyle depicts the changes. And people can see it, but you're not doing it for people. You're doing it for yourself. And as long as you see it and you know, the people will automatically see.
Right.
The angel's going to descend from heaven and tell the people to love you because God loves you, because you approved by changing your life and serve him. So when I was incarcerated, to answer your question, I was on a quest for knowledge, and I was a student. And it says, study to show yourself approved. Study to show yourself approved by who? Man or woman?
Right.
Or the creator? By God. I studied to show myself approved by God. And since that happened, the change, the metamorphosis, like a caterpillar to a butterfly, evolved.
So so incarceration, we know it's a bunch of noise, it's a bunch of violence, it's about a bunch of all types of unnecessary stuff that goes on there. How were you able to block out all of the riffraff, so to speak, and seek this knowledge? Was it, you went, you had I can't imagine no goddamn free time, but you know what I mean, where you had opportunity, say, go to the library or go sit with amongst of, with a priest or a pastor, or go to a therapist or something, a grouping, and then you like, hey, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity, or?
Right. When you're incarcerated, you have a choice to choose whether you want to become a part of any factions.
Yes.
Or you want to do your time and get out of there. So you have two things in the park incarcerated. You have an inmate and you have a convict. A convict is one who mind his business by all rule, mind and abide by all rules and regulations and do his time. You have an inmate who's in everything, not being incarcerated because of something you did to society and they wanted to punish you for. So now you go onto their prison system and you continue to do whatever you want to do up in there
Right.
to get in more trouble, or so you had a difference. So once you recognize that which one you want to be,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm not finna be a yard bum. I'm finna go to school because they had opportunities in the penitentiary for you to go and better your life.
Yeah.
A lot of people go in there and they make it becomes a recidivism where they just keep going back and going back and
Right,
going back
right.
because
And that's what made me ask you the question. Yeah.
right, because they don't adapt to want to change their life.
Yeah.
You know, so that when I came home, they had prison reform, which you go to this class, and the class teach you that, you know, like before people come home from prison, they didn't have jobs.
Yes.
So they would provide jobs for you. There was no excuses. And they had this brother in there called Show Enough, a brother out of Oakland that been to the penitentiary, that became a counselor.
Okay.
And so he said, I want y'all to say, every time y'all hear something that y'all can relate to, I want y'all to say, Show Enough.
Yeah.
And so he said, when y'all was incarcerated and y'all was in the penitentiary, didn't y'all stay out of those red lines that they said out of bounds? Show enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you go beyond them lines, you're going to get a 115 and you're going to get more time added onto your sentence.
Yes, sir.
So when y'all heard something on the yard that was finna go down because y'all knew before the police knew, show enough, y'all stayed in y'all cell.
Right, right.
So he went on to say, y'all here now. So y'all did the program that y'all was intended to do to come home. Right. Now that you home, you got to stay out of the police way, off the streets. Showed up. Right. You got to stay hanging out on the corners with your homeboy out there slanging and dealing and doing whatever. Right. Showed up. Right. You got to report to your parole officer so you won't get a violation and go back. Showed up.
So he kind of related to y'all
because yes, sir.
Yeah, because he kind of came from the same spot of y'all.
And so when I heard that brother say that,
yeah, he was speaking your lingo, so to speak.
He touched me. That's why I'm able to share it with you today.
Right.
Because it had an impact.
Right.
On my life.
Later. Yes.
18 and a half.
Yes.
So you do it all, count it all.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I related to that. And in life, you learn when you hear stuff, good qualities and good characters and good natures of people, apply it to your life.
Yes.
When you read a good story or see a good movie or hear a good song, take the attributes and apply them to your life because it betters you. Yes. So what it was his, or so what it was hers, now it's mine. Right. Because it helps you. Yes. It helps you on your walk on this journey we call life.
Yeah. Hey, let's see. We got a couple of questions here. Let's see. My guy Thai says, if Jesus is black, doesn't that make God, his father, black as well? Let me read that one more time.
Yes.
If Jesus is black, doesn't that make God, his father, black as well?
It's all on how you want to determine or describe who God is and who Jesus is. But God is Jesus' father, of course he's black, because black is the civilization of humanity. Everything comes from black. Even albinos come from black.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. Hey, and if you got any thoughts, any feelings, please feel free to ask your questions. Let's say Big Unc is preaching out there. Let's see. My guy also Thais had how was Mary a virgin and got pregnant, and why is Jesus picked white in black owned churches?
The picture, okay, first question. What was it again?
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Hold on. It says How was Mary a virgin and got pregnant? And why is Jesus picked white and black owned churches?
Okay. The Virgin Mary is spoken in the Quran, and it's a miraculous birth. Some things you question and some things you don't question when you have faith. If that's what they say it is, then that's what they say it is. Who am I to go and speak falsely or negative of what the scripture says? This is your faith on what you believe in and what God says. Second question, the picture that is depicted in the black churches is Michelangelo. So when they made the picture of Jesus, and any person who is of a student of seeking knowledge will know in the atmosphere and in the region in where Jesus was born and raised, it was too hot. His skin would not be white. That is a picture that Michelangelo had painted of a Jesus so he can give the people something to inspire to worship. How the black people of slave, of old, gravitate towards this picture is unfounded, and what they needed to do to worship a white man depicted in a black church is lacking of their faith. Once you know the truth and do your homework.
Right.
It says seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave, even if you have to go to China, just to show you how important it is to obtain.
Yes.
So, to each his own. Once you know the truth, you cannot be blinded. Next.
Okay. All right. We got an amen on that one. So I got a good friend. His name is Spunk, and we talk on his show. And it's called Professional Dads 24/7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know if he's watching this, he's probably trying to figure out how in the hell can I get you on the show. So it's on Wednesdays at about 7:30. So if you're available, we do it on the Zoom.
Just action.
Right.
Just chime me in.
Yes, sir. But
Next.
and we're going to kind of transition and kind of roll back into fatherhood. A father who, let's say, is incarcerated and he's trying to make amends with his children, and they have their strong opinion of, hey, you weren't there in my life.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Okay.
But it's a fact.
How did that parent come and kind of nurture that, repair that, rekindle the relationship?
There's a saying that if you are knowledgeable, time heals all wounds. So when you are not re-entered back into society, it starts then.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wait until you come home to start to be a part of your child's life. You write letters, you have pictures drawn, you communicate, you call, you talk to, and then you have to be the one to have grown and matured.
Yes. that being the parent.
As being a parent.
Yes.
Because what your children is going through is abandonment and left behind. And they only know and hear what other parents are left or family members are left that's instilling in them
yes
of your character
yes
and your conduct, because they really don't know you. They only know what people say about you. Living from experience.
Right.
So when you come home, you have to take your time, be patient, and allow your children to vent whatever is on their heart, whatever is on their minds and they feel it, because they're going to have some resentment.
Yeah.
And so you let that process take its course and take its place. And you be prayed or say, I'm blessed by the best, praying for the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And allow God to enter your life where you'll be able to be humble and deal with whatever your children have to throw at you or come with.
But you know that the average man ego is out of this world.
He haven't matured yet.
And it's just plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Okay. No matter how old he is.
He has not matured because
you know a dad don't want to hear that. Look,
he has not matured.
Okay.
Plain and simple. He has not matured to allow. This is your child.
Right.
So how would you deny your child whatever he's feeling because of something you did? Right. You left them behind. You didn't care about them at the time that you was doing what you was doing,
right,
and then fell off and got incarcerated and got caught up.
Right.
So whatever your child wants to rent, then that will mend and that will heal.
So you kind of got to come to your own personal peace to say to actually recognize that you left that kid behind, and that at that moment in your life you didn't.
He's valid in how he feels.
Yes.
Now to act out and be disrespectful, no.
Right.
No, you want to come with that bull crap, you go somewhere over there. But you want to come to me, my door is an open book. My life is an open book.
Right.
Today, whatever you come with, it's my job to fulfill that because I am your father.
Yeah.
I said, Father, Luke.
You know, because you have what, four children, 5. No, but you had 3 that before, no, 4, right?
4.
And then you got 2 more, right?
Well, 4. 1 was
while being incarcerated is what I'm talking about. You had 4 while being incarcerated, right?
I had 4, yes.
Yes.
4 incarceration.
Yes, yes.
3 of my own, and 1 was my wife's son.
And so, like, because through my eye, it's been like a masterful transition in my eye. Yeah, but I don't know. Right. I'm just saying from my eye. From my eye,
definitely.
It seems like wow.
You
did a long stint time incarcerated, and you're home, and it seems like damn, your kids ain't giving you no slack over. Oh, you weren't here, and
well, I have
left
my
me
moments.
and slapped me.
No, I have my moments.
Okay.
I have my moments. My daughter, who is my best bud, my best girl, she had resentment and stuff because of what her mother instilled in her. Mm-hmm. Because I wasn't a nice person.
Right.
I can honestly admit that God has given me a second chance right, to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to parenting, we don't have a dictionary or a manuscript on how to parent. We picked from other people's, but this is your child. You raise your child the way you want to raise your child.
Yeah.
When you're a good parent, because a good parent always wants the best for their child that they didn't have for themselves. I said a good parent.
Right.
So you raise your child, and having been a brother who has experienced the resentment from my children, my 3 children, when I came home, it took time. I had to start all over. I had to find out, what's their favorite food, what's their favorite soda, what's their favorite music.
And you really can remember asking them questions?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Because I wanted to know my child.
Right.
And in return, they asked me. Because me not being a nice guy back then, they feared me because of what their mama told them.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I wasn't a nice guy, but through the grace of God, allowed me to humble myself, mm-hmm, and knowing how to, if I would cause any pain, suffering, or discomfort, I apologize.
Yeah.
See, I can apologize now. Like you just said, a lot of men with egos and arrogant and stuff, they ain't going to do it.
Right.
Well, that's why I say they haven't grown yet. They haven't matured yet to come into that light to understand, like, bruh, it takes 2 to lay down and have them.
Yeah.
It takes two to stand up and raise them.
Right. Right.
So if you don't got that concept, you brothers is on some other stuff, because I done seen a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters that abandon their children and only wanted to come back for the woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when the woman wasn't giving no play, I don't know that little. Anyway, you know what I mean? So they haven't matured and took on the responsibility to be that person, to be a man's man. So what you mean a man's man? Ain't no funny stuff. I say, no, a man's man is what a man aspired to be. That's who I am. Taking on your responsibilities and handling them, and taking care of them, and doing what you need to do. Provide, provide a roof over their head, provide clothes on their back, provide food in their mouth, provide structure and discipline. That's what a real man is to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And without the funnies.
Right. Let's see. I think we got a question here. Let's see. It says if money is the root of all evil, why do they ask for it in church? Damn, that's a hell of a question.
You misquoted that. It says,
hold on, make sure I read it right. If money is the root of all evil, why do they ask for it in church? Yes, that's what it says.
Okay. The saying is, the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money. So when a person loves something, he's blinded. They're blinded.
Yes.
When you love something, because you don't see the reality of your love. You just love. So when you love money and they ask for it in church, they asking for it. The true saying is because you're supposed to give 10% of your earnings for tithes.
Right.
And the tithes go towards the upkeep of the church. Come on now, do you hear me? Can I get an amen? It's supposed to become for the upkeep of the church, not the preacher's pocket.
Right. You look like DeRay right now.
Not the preacher's pocket. So the 10% of your tithes that go towards the church is also for if you fall on hard times, my sister, my brother, and can't pay your PG&E or your rent or your car note, that's where you go and ask the pastor.
Right.
I'm short this month, Pastor.
As a patron, as a church member,
as a member of the congregation.
Yes.
If I can put 10% of my tithes to upkeep the church, why can I ask the pastor to pay my light bill, to pay my car note, to pay my rent, because I'm short this month? If I wash your back, you wash my back.
Right.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey, this is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get you on every week, once a week. I'm rolling with that. Pastor broke. Okay. Let's see. Is it say? Right. They feeling. Let's see. How do you support young men choice that chooses a woman that help build them up? How do you suggest young men choose a woman that helps build them up?
How do I choose a woman to help a young man?
How do you support young men choose a woman that helps build them up?
You have to find a woman that believes in you, a woman that understands what's your goals in life, so they can support you and in the process build you as you go along. So it's like a hand in glove. If the woman fits, if I meet a woman, a young brother meets a woman, and he has ideas and aspirations, then you share that with your woman. If she supports you in your dream and your aspirations, then she's the one for you to build you.
Yes.
When she shoots you down and say, what you think about that for? What you want that for? Oh, you're not the one. So find a woman that believes in you, and if she don't love you, she can grow to love you. And when she loves you and supports you, then you start to build together and accomplish some of these things here on earth as you go along. It's all about a building block. You build with relationships. You don't tear down. You don't take from. You build.
Right. What if you think like she may be intimidated by like your finances and things, but you think she's a good woman, but you feel like she's kind of intimidated by, the money you make. Like, I guess somewhat.
Why would you be intimidated by the money I make when I'm for you, baby, and you for me?
Yeah.
So what I have is for you. What you have is for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's selfish not to think that we're building together.
Right.
Because I got money. So our relationship is based on how much money I got and how much I make you feel comfortable because I got money and what I spend on you. No, I don't got to spend a dime on you.
Right.
That's just an added plus and an added bonus to our relationship or to our friendship.
Right.
So if you support me and you love me and you care for me and you want to see me grow, I want to see you grow. So let's grow together. Let's build some things. Let's do some things.
Yeah.
Let's have some of this stuff in the world that they say we can have.
Yes.
And don't be a boaster or a bragger. It just comes with the territory.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Any more questions out there? Because he on fire right here. I don't want to put his fire out. And we could talk forever.
Stay ready so you ain't got to get
ready.
Right. On both ends.
So, okay. So, okay. So sometimes, right? Not sometimes. A lot of times, when things in life are thrown at us, right? Like say our neighborhoods, our living circumstances, maybe not financially stable. How are you saying that? And most people say this, but I want to know your opinion. That you go right back into your deeper prayers of God to kind of fix that. Like even as a youngster, you're out, you're 15, 16, and all this madness is going on in your neighborhood, or even if you're just a calm kid and the family got money and it's but all this negativity is on the TV and the radios. How the hell do you alleviate yourself, free your mind to stay away from the negative world?
Turn it off. It's called prevento.
Well, I mean that makes sense, but you know how it's still easy access.
Well, you have to provide your children and the youngsters with means and something that they enjoy. Now we always know. You remember that commercial used to come on and said it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your child is at?
Yeah.
A lot of parents don't know what their children is doing outside their home.
Right.
Because they put on this facade because they want to please their parents. So they show on one face inside the home, and then when they get outside, they another face.
Right.
And something that my mama always told me, don't bring what you do in the streets to my front doorstep.
Right.
Keep that out there.
Yeah.
So I never brought any drama of what the police chasing me, brothers after me, girlfriend problem. I never brought it to my house.
Yeah.
I kept that away.
Yeah.
So the youngsters today, they influenced by these rap videos, these movie stars and stuff, living a simplistic, simple life, which that says you cannot live above your means. Why are you trying to live above your means? Because you do got money.
Right.
And who's to say that's living above my means? If I got money, then I can buy what it is that I want to spend it on. So why just wild out instead of living moderately, a simple life where your money can last you a little bit longer instead of just splurging.
Right.
Us as Black people, a lot of us never had no money. So they don't know when they get some money, they're not going to keep that money because they never had no money. So they're better off broke. So they blow it.
Yeah.
They don't think about a rainy day.
Right.
They don't keep a nest egg.
Right.
They don't think about the future or planning for their children or of that magnitude.
My guy said, "Show enough." Let's see. Let's see. Somebody got an inside question. Let's see. If someone leaves you multiple times, but you still have feelings for them, and they supposedly like you. Let me read that one more time. If someone leaves you multiple times, but you still have feelings for them, and they supposedly like you. One more time. I'm gonna give you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
So the purpose of leaving me multiple times is because you're unsatisfied with something that I'm doing. You only got to leave me once, baby, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because you coming back for what? For more of the same? More of the same that you was discomfort or displeased with? You like to break up to make up, but you say you like me. How do you like me?
Right.
Do you like me because of my status, who I am, my swag, my look, my lovemaking, my what? When you like me, why? But you keep leaving me. Why?
Right.
So leaving me, if you leave the first time without a just cause, then leave.
Right.
If you have a just cause that you keep visiting, and every time I turn around, you want to argue and break up, and then want to no.
And I may be wrong, but that sounds more of a younger relationship, in my opinion. Right? Somewhere within.
You got some old cats that accept that
leave and come and leave.
Even with they, because the love making is good, or they like to be seen with this person, or his status is up to par and he look good, and I like to be seen with him. Right. A lot of times that is young puppy love, and they don't know what it is, because if it's young puppy love, then tie your camel, sit down, figure some things out.
Tie your camel. I like that one. Tie your camel. Let's see. Here we go. Spunk got a couple of questions. Says, let's see. How do we get the community back to being a positive and productive community?
Start with yourself. You interacting on a positive level, putting yourself out there so the community can see your deeds, your work, and your actions.
Yes.
You can't lip profess nothing.
Say it again.
You can't lip profess nothing. Your actions is what count.
Yes.
In the communities. You got those who's going to want to hear it and be a part of it. And then you got those who are in doubt of themselves to even step forth in the community to make a difference because they want to be considered as hood. And I'm a hood brother or a hood sister. So, I'm not going to participate in the community. But if you have children, you want your community to be better. You want to participate in that. And you could give a damn on what the next person say because you know what you're doing. We got to get out of the habit of listening to what other people think or say about us when we know we doing good.
Yeah.
Just because you don't do it, keep your butt over there.
Right.
Because over here, this is what we doing. And we doing positivity to build the community. You're in the community. You want to tear down the community. You want to talk about what I'm doing instead of participating and helping. So you my enemy. Because if I got children, I want my children to be able to come out here and play kickball on the corner like we used to do when we was little.
Right.
Run up and down the street and not worried about getting shot or ran over. Right. So what part do you play in the community? And I'm not speaking negativity about you. I'm just saying, if you don't want to be a part of this growth and development in our community, then move out the community or stay in your house. Right. Because when you do come out here, we're going to build a community that you can come and participate in peacefully.
Yes, sir.
with your children.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see. Got a couple more questions, and
That's all. Just a couple.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see. It says, "How was the relationship with your kid's mother been since you've come of age?"
Say that again.
One more time. How has the relationship with you and your kid's mother since you've come of age? Once you found your spiritual side and have shown that you are, the man that you are proclaiming to be.
Question. Answer. I love it. Like I said before, you got one finger pointing at me, 3 back at yourself, and 1 up to the Creator. Pull that other finger back and just serve the Creator. My relationship with my kid's mother is I've done my job. I've been respectful, apologetic for being incarcerated, for leaving them behind. So what I can't make up time that has been lost in our relationship on this journey we call life. I have to start from when I'm able to get back into your life, when you allow me to come back into your life, because I've done my due diligence. I've came and I apologized. And how can I help you? I want to co-parent. But if our children is of age, I don't need to deal with you, sister. I have to deal with my children.
Mm-hmm.
But if just so happen you want to become a part of whatever the circle is,
Yes.
then it's going to be respectful. I'm not going to revisit no old times or what it was like, because that time didn't pass. I apologize for my mistake. I apologize for how I was back then, but I'm a changed man. Give me credit for change. Have you changed? What guilt are you holding? What have you done in your life to not make this relationship flourish for the future, for the betterment of our children,
Yes.
as well as ourselves?
Right.
So how I have changed, I've changed better. I've done my due diligence. I apologized. I'm a giver now. I've always been a giver. So, whatever it is you're holding, or whatever resentment or ill wills that you're holding, if my apology is not enough for you, then I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it at 1,000.
All right, let's see. They coming, boy. They coming for you, boy.
That's all they got?
Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to you because Funk, you had another one too. It says this is this infamous question here. What principles do you live by?
Principles, morals, values, being kind, generous, loving, caring, teaching the right thing to do, forgiving. My principles are impeccable as far as, showing the other person that my willingness to forgive. And when you ask for forgiveness from someone, the forgiveness is not for you. It's not for the other person, it's for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If I ask you for forgiveness, I'm asking for your forgiveness, but I'm also asking for the forgiveness for myself, what I've put you through and done to you.
Yes.
So once I've done that, then it's up to you whether you forgive me or not, because I leave it up to the Creator.
Yes, sir.
To mend us back together if it's sincere.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't do a superficial forgiveness and don't mean it because you trying to get something. Be earnest with yourself.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Where you at? Let's see. All right, I even got 2 more. Let's see. Let's see. If you have a daughter, which is that has chosen a particular characteristic that isn't helpful in her relationship, how do you teach her what her issues could help build better communication with the other parent? One more time.
Yes.
If you have a daughter, which you do, that have 2 daughters that have chosen a particular characteristic that isn't helping in her relationship, how do you teach her issues and how they could help build better communication with the other parent?
So am I getting is the issues with her parent?
It sounds like the issue is with
Her parent.
with the other parent, with like co-parenting. Is that what you're trying to say, Spunk? Let's say if the parent, if you have a daughter that has chosen a particular characteristic that isn't helpful in her relationship, how do you teach her what her issues could, I guess, supposed to say, how her issues could help better communication with the other parent?
You have to show her. You have to show her characteristics as not communicating, as not a constructive and conducive growth and development with that parent or that person, the errors of her ways. So if she's constantly to a debate and an argument because the parent is asking her to do something, don't ask her. Just show her when something is said or done. Say, see that? Say, how's that helping you?
So you almost have to replay the whole situation.
Yeah, but you gotta show her the errors of her ways that's not conducive for the growth and development of y'all union.
Now, do you think you got to have a good relationship with your daughter in general to be able to tell her some of her flaws? Because you know how some adults, they don't want you telling them how and what.
Well, it's all about growth. I said growth and development.
Yes.
It's all about growth. At the time that the daughter is doing something that's not acceptable because her character is not of becoming of a woman or respectful, and she refused to see the errors of her ways, then you have to give it time. And when it display, you tell her, like, look, babe, this is not working out. The way you coming out, the way you displaying this, you always coming negatively. Just look at yourself sometimes. When you wake up in the morning, look at yourself. And when you have issues, replay what you did yesterday, today, and look in the mirror and play that out and see how you looked in that situation.
Right. And I imagine that you've had a time or two with something like that. How does it pan out? Like, is it that simple? Or is it like multiple discussions? Is it, hey, Dad, I realized what you were saying and I figured it out a week later?
Well, you have to give that person time to vent. Always let the other person speak their piece.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't let them speak their piece, they feel that they've been cut off and was not heard.
Right.
So if she have a characteristic that's displaying that's not to the growth and development of the relationship, then give it time and just tell her, look in the mirror and revisit that situation that just happened yesterday, and go in the mirror and look at yourself and see what parts you played in that.
Yeah.
And was that respectful to your parents? Because first of all, a lot of these young generations is not giving their parents the respect that they deserve, nor is the parent giving the child the respect that they deserve.
Yes.
So if I'm 6 feet tall and my child is 4 feet and she's trying to convey, my daughter's trying to convey something to me being a bigger person, not only in stature, but in mind, I'm going to kneel down to hear my daughter to come to her level.
Yeah.
And hear her where she feel that she's understood and she's being heard.
Mm-hmm.
Because the young kids today, they wild out. I don't want to talk about it. I'll just leave it alone. Forget it. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. And just go into the nutshell and close up and push away and standoffish. Mm-hmm. But that's not a way to be if you're trying to get understanding. That's not a way to be if you're trying to grow and develop a positive communication and a positive relationship with someone.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, we've been on an hour and 10. Let's see what we got. Let's see. So what that say? So 31-year-old J.J. Watt signs $31 million deal on, what that say? 3'1", 3, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be.
Go get my phone.
Is that in reference to the 31 million? But I thought J.J. Watt was much older than 31. He'd had so many damn surgeries. I don't even know how he's getting any. He ain't that damn good. He good, but shit, he been injured his whole damn career damn near. He had back surgery and all types of shit. I don't know how he getting that ass check like that. Let's see. That was good. No, that was a good one, loved ones. Let's see. March 1st. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You and these coincidences, man. Nice, you always got some coincidence, right? Let's see. So 31 years old, J.J. Watt signs 31 million on 3-1. Hey, boy, you pretty good. You I don't know how it always ends up like that, but maybe it ain't necessarily you. Maybe that's what you be saying, and that be your thought process on, what a coincidence, right? So anyway, hey, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and I look forward to having you on, and I'm gonna do everything I can to have you on at least twice a month, if not once a week. And to all the listeners, thank y'all for your input and being active and asking questions, because it made for a fantastic show. Plandemic, baby. That's my guy Thai. Sketch him out, Plandemic. And you can catch us every day. Facebook, CL McAllister. YouTube, CL McAllister. Instagram, Mr. _ McAllister 11. And Nana says, Faramon says, keep up the good work, King. And thank you to you all. In the words of, go ahead.
I also like to say that anything that comes from myself, all goodness comes from the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And any shortcomings come from myself. Bear with me. I am still growing, a work in progress. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir. And my mom says, good seeing you. And good job. Good show.
Peace, Queen. Peace, Queen.
And so, in the great words of Asante McAllister, I am Mr. Unknown. This is King Malik. And Kojo the character. Life is great, no matter what. Catch you on the flip side. See y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
I see you, Richard Wong. Is that my Wong? That ain't my MLK Wong. Is that? Oh, my God. Tomorrow, 6:30. Don't miss it. Peace out, y'all. Everybody have a great evening.
Peace. What y'all was doing in there, Kobe?
Watching Tom and Jerry.
Okay.
You see how it shit is addictive. It's just addictive, bro.
So,
How do you turn this off?
Hold on. Just press finish on the bottom. Bottom right. Says finish.
So some of them.
Hold on, something ain't off yet. No, it says send it.
Yeah, I played chess on the computer.